Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. And today we have to spend a few minutes to talk in this video about two of the main cases of the next 6 weeks. Michael Olise, Julian Alvarez, big names, big stories. Let's jump in. Together. And let's start, guys, by mentioning these two stories, because I've been telling you everything about the last 24 hours. You can find the last video here on the channel, João Gomes to Aston Villa and more movements. It's been full of stories, full of news. Solis to Arsenal to replace Leandro Trossard. So several movements, several things. But guys, in order to keep you updated, today we have to dedicate a specific video to Olise and to Julian Alvarez. Let's start with Julian Alvarez, because with Julian, what happened is that we have the two presidents speaking in public. Enrique Cerezo, the president of Atletico Madrid, said, "My friend Joan Laporta, president of Barcelona, already knows where Julian Alvarez will play next season, and he's going to be an Atletico Madrid player." That's the message coming from Cerezo. Then, a few hours later, from New York, here in the United States, the president of Barcelona, Joan Laporta, says, "Our bid, it's a very good bid for Julian Alvarez, is still valid on the table, but we can't wait forever. Deco wants Julian Alvarez, Hansi Flick wants Julian Alvarez. If we can't get him, we will start exploring alternatives." For the first time since the beginning of the summer transfer window, Joan Laporta speaks about alternatives. On Friday, 17th of July, for the very first time, Barcelona start accepting in public that Julian Alvarez might not join the club. It's an important moment, because till today the message was, our bid is on the table, we will return in negotiations, our bid is not unlimited, Julian Alvarez is the player we want, we will try to make the dreams possible. Now, Laporta says we could explore alternative options. What does it mean? Let's enter into details. It means that it's over between Barcelona and Julian Alvarez. Today is not over. Barcelona will keep trying. Barcelona, after the World Cup from next week, will get in touch again and try to find a way, because the priority remains Julian Alvarez, the dream target remains Julian Alvarez, and Julian wants to go to Barcelona, so that remains a scenario. But at the same time, Atletico Madrid keep making Barcelona and Julian Alvarez deal difficult. Atletico Madrid don't want to sell the player to Barcelona. And so this wall from Atletico Madrid remains a reality. So from next week we will see, but to see Laporta going public and say we could explore alternative options means that Barcelona start understanding that this deal is not easy. So now will depend obviously on what happens from next week. On Julian Alvarez, there is a club following and monitoring from the outside the situation, and that club is Arsenal. Arsenal are following from the outside because in case Barcelona and Atletico Madrid can't agree a deal for Julian Alvarez, eventually Julian could become an option for Arsenal. But at the moment, this story only depends on Barcelona. So I'm not involving Arsenal in this story today. Arsenal are just following the situation. That's it. Without entering, without bidding, without making any contact. Also because Julian, and that's the realities of today, Julian wants to go to Barcelona. Julian dreams of Barcelona. Then, if Barcelona is not going to be possible, we have to see if Arsenal can open doors and try to get the player, or if Julian will maintain his position that he doesn't want to go to England. So we have to wait for this. So it's going to be a very interesting story to follow in the next weeks. Then, on the other side, there is Michael Olise. What's happening with Michael Olise, guys? Now is coming to reality everything I've been telling you here on the channel for some time. You remember I told you the Galactico of Florentino Perez, the wanted player of Florentino Perez, is Michael Olise. The story is on Julian Alvarez. I'm not aware of that, I told you guys, apart from public statement and all the rest. But Michael Olise, remember what I told you, the statement of Michael Olise is very different from the statement on Enzo Fernandez or other players, because Real Madrid never said that the deal was not going to happen for Michael Olise. Real Madrid said that they didn't agree anything with Michael Olise. So the message was like, dear friends of Bayern, we are not negotiating with Olise. We respect you. That was the message. But the reality is that the Galactico wanted by Florentino Perez, the obsession of Florentino Perez, and if you subscribe to the channel, if you are part of the YouTube family, if you can't see the video every day, you know I've been telling you several times that the obsession, the dream, the beloved player of Florentino Perez is Michael Olise. Florentino Perez, when speaks to people into Real Madrid, keeps mentioning that Olise was born to play for Real Madrid, in terms of style, in terms of quality. Then there is Bayern, and as we respect Atletico Madrid in the Barcelona-Julian saga, we have to respect Bayern in the Real Madrid-Olise saga. Because Bayern insists that they don't want to sell the player. Bayern are telling in a very clear way, in public, in private, in every way, the president spoke and all the people at the club in the recent weeks, that they don't want Olise to go. They consider Olise as a crucial player. They will offer Olise a new contract. So from Bayern, the message is Olise is not for sale. We want to keep him. Now, guys, we have to understand how important is going to be the position of the player. Today, there is L'Equipe in France with a front page stating Olise wants to leave Bayern and wants to go to Real Madrid. Bayern are yet to be informed. There will be meetings, there will be discussions. Now, after the World Cup from next week, Olise and this camp will have the possibility also to talk to Bayern. Bayern position will be, we don't want to sell you, we want to offer you a new contract and a very big salary. We have to understand what kind of reaction there will be from Olise. Obviously, as I told you in several videos here on the channel, I think in the last 2 months, I always told you this. If there will be 1%, even 1% chance to sign Olise this summer, in January, in summer 2027, in summer 2028, or I don't know when, at any moment, Real Madrid will be there. Because Florentino is in love, because everyone at Real Madrid believes that Olise is the perfect player to complete their squad. Is the Galactico. Don't forget, Florentino Perez went on TV and said, I want to sign a Galactico. I will bid to sign a Galactico. That Galactico in Florentino Perez's mind has always been Michael Olise. Then we have to understand if there is going to be a chance to open doors from Bayern. At the moment, Bayern position must be respected because Bayern don't want to sell the player. Obviously, the player is going to be a factor as well. So we wait for conversations, Olise, Bayern with Real Madrid, at the moment only waiting to understand what happens. We wait for conversations between Julian Alvarez and Atletico Madrid in this case, because Barcelona are also prepared to return. Barcelona in this case are ready to attack again and to eventually improve their bid. So I expect Barcelona to be active again on Julian Alvarez before leaving the track and going on a different striker. So Barcelona have not stopped thinking about Julian, but obviously this depends on what happens between Atletico and Barca. So several stories, several crazy moments in a crazy domino of top names on the market. It's going to be madness, guys, so get ready. Remember to subscribe to the channel to have all the information. To comment, I'm curious about your opinion. I want to see your predictions in the comments. Where is Olise playing at the end of the summer? Where is Julian Alvarez playing at the end of the summer? Your comments, guys, I will check and see your replies. Remember, guys, as always, to like this video, to turn on the notification bell not to miss any news on every single day here on the channel. Remember, as always, to share, like, and to see you soon here on YouTube. Ciao.